Border Patrol agents, 2023 has been almost unimaginable in terms of the numbers of migrants showing up at the southern border. Last week, more than 10,000 a day. Homeland Security Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas and Secretary of State Antony Blinken met with Mexico's president on Wednesday to try to deal with the issue together.
The challenge is Mexico doesn't have the funding, the infrastructure, the staff, frankly, the motivation to kind of keep up with some of the things that the United States is requesting. And of course, they have to do those things with a degree of criminality happening in the country due to the cartels.
As New York City Mayor Eric Adams has just signed an executive order requiring buses to give 32 hours notice before bringing migrants into the city, after 14 busloads of migrants arrived from Texas last week in a single day.
We cannot allow buses with people needing our help to arrive without warning at any hour of day and night.
Before leaving Washington for the Christmas holiday, some lawmakers also vowed to fight another border issue after reports surfaced that showed the Veterans Administration has been helping to facilitate payments for migrants receiving medical care in ICE custody.
Veterans have a hard enough time getting the care that they need, and now they have to compete with illegal immigrants? This is a disservice to all those who have sacrificed and served our country.
New bills have now been introduced to prevent the practice as veterans speak out about a system already difficult to navigate for Americans who served this country.
The mission of the VA is to serve veterans, not to serve unauthorized migrants. Meanwhile, veterans are having a hard time getting health care. They're literally dying because they can't get mental health in a timely manner.
As yet another system meant to help reaches its breaking point. I'm Christine Frizzell reporting.
What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. I'm your host, G11, and this is the Homie Talk Podcast. Now, you guys saw the opening video. We got to discuss what the hell is going on over at the VA with these immigrants, okay? Unless you've been living under a rock, the border down in Texas has been wide open for some time now, and we've been having a crap ton of migrants come in every month. As a matter of fact, it peaked in December of 2023. I think they said something crazy like 10,000 a day, and within the month they had hit peak numbers, right? The issue is there's no way to properly vet the backgrounds of all the people that are coming through, and the issue with that is that now amongst the actual citizens of the United States, you have this mingling. You might have some drug dealers coming in, you might have some bad people coming in, and I'm not saying that's necessarily the case. I don't know. Nobody knows though. That's the issue, right? You have people just coming in based on this border being open instead of the right way of coming to the country. So that's number one. Number two, I guess money from the VA was being used to help treat these immigrants, and I'll tell you why that's a problem. For my service members who've gotten out of the military, they are keenly familiar with the VA, aka Veterans Affairs, right? These folks are directly responsible for providing veterans with the health care that they need after service, right? Especially after, say you did like a full 20 years of service, you honorably, you got out, you retired, and now you're trying to live your life, but you got all these problems. You get back problems, knee problems, right? Being in the service is hard work and it takes a toll on your body. So the VA is there after to help veterans get properly compensated for what it is that occurred while they were in service. Now, let's take a look at the article and see what's actually going on here. All right, so here's the article. This is over in the New York Post. The VA ripped for help and pay migrant treatment as over 400,000 veterans, their families, wait. Okay, let's dig into it. The Department of Veterans Affairs is facing blowback for helping pay out millions of dollars, to medical providers who treat illegal immigrants while they are in federal custody, while a backlog of hundreds of thousands of claims from veterans has grown. And I'm still in the service, so I'm not quite dealing with this yet. But from what I hear from my peers who have gotten out and have been dealing with the VA, it is a pain in the ass to get anything approved. You got to make appointments, and you have to see VA doctors, and it takes forever to get your percentage and your status upgraded with what's going on with you because they got to connect it to the service some type of way. Well, apparently all the money that was used for that is going to immigrants. Crazy. That's not what the money should be used for, but here it is. The VA's Austin, Texas-based Financial Services Center, FSC, has been contracted by Immigration and Customs Enforcement since 2002 to process reimbursement claims by providers who offer service to detained migrants. This is another spot where all the money's going. Millions of dollars. It makes sense. You have thousands of migrants coming in a week, a month. This is where some of that money's going. Thousands of migrants coming in. Doctors are treating them. They're getting banked from the federal government. This is crazy. In fiscal year 2022, which ended September 30th of that year, FSC processed, listen to this is staggering, 161,538 claims with the ICE Health Services Corps, paying out an average of $584, a total of $94.3 million in your taxpayer money went to treating migrants, illegal migrants at you. According to a July 2023 Department of Homeland Security report on the healthcare costs for non-citizens in detention. If this doesn't make you mad as a taxpaying citizen of the United States, I don't know what will. Your tax dollars aren't supposed to be going to that, right? I know we have all these other programs. We got Social Security, retirement. We have, the Section 8, all healthcare, all that type of, we have all types of things that the money could be going to, paying your military, making sure we have defense. But we're paying it for healthcare for detained migrants to the tune of $94.3 million. And just 1 year alone, that was 2023, or the fiscal year 2022. So we don't even know what the next one's going to look like yet. In the previous fiscal year of 2021, ICE's healthcare arm budgeted more than $74 million for the VA's FSC to assist with outside referral care and medical claims processing, according to a report from July of 2022. Meanwhile, the pile of benefit claims by veterans and their families awaiting adjudication has grown to 417,855. So put that in perspective, that is over 400,000 service members, former service members, and their families who are waiting to get compensated for what happened to them while they're in service. That's what a claim is. You submitted your package so you can get properly compensated for it. That's up from around 150,000 as of late 2022. So it tripled in 1 year. This is crazy. When contacted by the Post, the VA was adamant that the veteran claims backlog and the millions of dollars doled out to the migrant healthcare providers were not related. VA does not provide or fund any healthcare to ICE detainees, VA spokesman Terrence Hayes told the Post. This involves no more than 10 employees and is fully funded by ICE. This has no impact on veteran care or services. I don't know if it does or doesn't, but based on what I'm seeing here, it looks like it does. Because how you go from a backlog of 100,000 to 400,000, and at the same time, we've had this massive influx of migrants at the border, thousands upon thousands upon thousands, getting free health care at our expense, at taxpayer expense. This is crazy. No more than 10 employees. A handful of Republican lawmakers ripped the VA for working with ICE to pay for medical treatment of people who they say shouldn't be in the U.S. at all. I am a disabled veteran and get 100% of my health care through the Veteran Affairs System, Republic Derek Van Orden of Wisconsin, a retired Navy SEAL who sits on the House Committee on Veterans Affairs, told the Post. It is incredibly insulting to our veterans who risk our lives defending this nation, and it should shock the American taxpayers that the Biden administration is using VA resources to provide health care to illegal aliens. I'm pissed off too just reading that, and I'm not even out the service yet, because I know this is going to be a problem for when I do eventually retire. There's not going to be any money left. This is wild. Van Orden added that the VA's work with ICE is despicable and needs to be stopped immediately. I mean, because think about it. You have two totally different entities. Veterans Affairs straight up for veterans and getting them compensated after service. ICE is for immigrants and detaining the illegal aliens and making sure they catch who they need to catch and get them out of here. They used to do catch and release. Now it's catch and let go based on the current policy. Catch and let go and give them free health care and housing, like at taxpayer expense. The office of Senator Tommy Tuberville accused the Biden administration of playing word games. They can't deny that they're using community care network providers for illegals. By definition, that means worse options for our veterans. A spokesperson for the senator told the Post, referring to the non-VA practitioners who offer services to veterans, such as urgent care, surgeries, and dialysis, so people with diabetes. The program thrived under President Trump, but President Biden is now actively pulling back community care options for our heroes. Wow. This giveaway to illegals is a slap in the faces to our veterans, and it's a slap in the face to the taxpayer. So you mean to tell me, because this is what this is. So under Trump, veterans had options. They could go, they didn't just have to deal with the VA. They had options, the community care, right? And then under the current administration, they narrowed that down. They took away options and they're giving those away to illegals. People coming here not the right way. All the people down at the border that are coming through Texas, that are coming through Arizona, that are coming through those different states are just coming in and sucking up resources and taxpayer dollars. People should be, I don't know why this is not getting coverage. People should be pissed the hell off that this is happening. Biden's bureaucratic backlog at the VA built up as they took bubble baths on the taxpayers' dime. Not another second or dollar meant for veterans should be wasted to Band-Aid's Biden border crisis. Wow. Senator Joni Ernst of Iowa. And then the article goes on, talking about the disgrace of it all. Again, the whole point of this, the reason why I wanted to talk about this is because, again, the Veterans Affair should be, all the money and all that with that program should be used for the veterans and making sure they're getting compensated properly. Because this work in the military is not easy. It's not for everybody. And for those who honorably serve, get out, they need to be compensated for their time. I firmly stand behind that, especially with all the injuries we occur, man. We do PT quite often, and different branches probably do it harder than others, right? But it takes a toll on the body after a couple of years. Joints get busted, backs start hurting, bones ain't the same, hearing starts to go. You can't move the way you used to at a certain point, right? So there shouldn't be a backlog of 400,000 claims sitting at the VA. Meanwhile, these migrants are getting treatment at our expense. I'm just saying. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. That was my little spiel on it. I'm pissed off as hell. This doesn't make sense. I'm sure we have a group lobbying against this, but who knows? It might be falling on deaf ears because the current administration has been very quiet about what's going on. And I think because it's an election year, they're just trying to just get through it. All right. But let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. Really looking interested to see if any veterans chime in on this. And again, just be respectful in the comments. Like and subscribe if you're new to the channel. Share the video so more people can see what the hell is going on with their taxpayer dollars, and be aware. That's the whole thing. I need you guys to be aware of what's happening, because if you aren't aware, if you don't know, it's just going to slip right over your head. And you're going to keep paying into something that you shouldn't be. Okay. That's all I got. I'll see you guys on the next one. Until then, I'm out of here. Peace.